Well, we're still in Ezekiel, and we're talking about the sins of Sodom, but we could be talking about the sins of the United States, too, because I see a lot of parallels here. But it is in the 16th chapter, the 38th, 39, or 48, 49, 50 verses, and it says, "As I live, says the Lord God, neither your sister Sodom nor her daughters have done as you and your daughters have done." He's talking to Jerusalem, and he's telling them that even Sodom wasn't as bad as you are. Look, this was the iniquities of your sister Sodom. She and her daughters had pride, we talked about that, fullness of food, and abundance of idleness, and neither did she strengthen the hands of the poor and the needy. And that's where we're at today. That's why the title of our sermon is Poorly Done. A woman wrote the Reader's Digest about a time when she was 10 years old. She found a wallet. There wasn't any money in the wallet, just some paper and a phone number and an address on it. But she knew how these things work. She returned the wallet to her owner, and then she'd get a reward. She called the number she found in the wallet all day long, and nobody answered. So she pestered her dad until he finally gave up and drove her to the owner's address. And when they got there, it was obvious that the family that lived there wasn't well off. It was a modest housing unit with torn screens. And she wrote, as she rang the doorbell, she saw her father take three $20 bills and put them in the wallet. Now, what was she expecting when she returned the wallet? Money. And to her 10-year-old mind, she deserved a financial reward for helping somebody else. And you can't blame her for that. She was 10 years old, but there are adults that think the very same thing. The idea of giving money away just doesn't make sense, does it? I need that money. I have bills to pay. I have improvements I need to make on my house. I have to entertain myself. I have to satisfy my basic desires. I have vacations I want to take, and I have wants. I have wants. There are things I want to buy that will make me feel good about myself. You ever been there? Oh, yeah. You ever been there? Did you notice what that little girl's father taught her that day? He taught her that sometimes other people need money more than we do. Sometimes it's right to help out the poor and the needy. Sometimes it's more blessed to give than to receive. More blessed to give than to receive. Where have I heard that? Does anybody remember who said that? Who said that, Robin? Oh, that's right. It was Jesus, wasn't it? And in Acts 20 and 35, Paul reminded the elders from Ephesus, "In all I've shown you that by working hard in this way, we must help the weak." And remember the words of Jesus, how he himself said, it's more blessed to give than to receive. Paul was talking about the purpose of giving was to help the weak. See, we're not talking about tithing here. We're not talking about what you put in the collection plate on Sunday. We're talking about personally helping the poor and the needy outside the church. Now, giving to the poor was not what Sodom was doing. Our passage tells us, behold, there was this guilt of your sister Sodom, pride, an excess of food, prosperous ease, but did not help the poor or the needy. Sodom had the resources. Sodom had an excess of food. They had more than they could eat. They had time. They had food and time. They had more food and time than they knew what to do with. They just didn't want to share it with anybody or me. There's a true story about a wealthy man who went for counseling for an anxiety disorder. He admitted one of the reasons he was so anxious because he was worried about his money all the time. The psychologist tried to get the man to see that this wasn't helpful and asked the rich man, do you get any pleasure when you worry about your money? And he said, no, absolutely not, but I get totally terrified when I think about giving it to somebody else. See, some people have money to give, they just hate the idea of doing it. In the same way, the Sodomites had food and time, but they hated to give it away. They didn't want to be bothered with it. And there's a story in the Bible about a rich man and Lazarus. Jesus told this. There was a rich man who was clothed in purple and fine linen and feasted sumptuously every day. And at his gate lay a poor man named Lazarus, covered with sores, who desired to be fed with what fell from the rich man's table. Moreover, even the dogs came and licked his sores. The poor man died and was carried by the angels to Abraham's side. The rich man died and was buried and was in Hades. Being in torment, he lifted up his eyes and he seen Abraham far off and Lazarus at his side. And he called out, Father Abraham, have mercy on me and send Lazarus to dip the end of his finger in cool water to cool my tongue, for I am anguished in this flame. But Abraham said, Child, remember that you in your lifetime received your good things, and Lazarus in like received bad things. But now he's comforted here and you are in anguish. And besides all this, between us and you is a great distance that's been fixed, in order that those who pass from here cannot pass to there, and those that are there cannot pass to here. Right. And he said, I beg you, Father, send him to my father's house. I have 5 brothers, so that he may warn them lest they come into this place of torment. But Abraham said, they have Moses and the prophets, let them hear them. And he said, no, Father Abraham, but if someone from the dead goes, they will repent. He said to them, if they do not hear Moses and the prophets, neither will they be convinced if someone should rise from the dead. A Bible scholar made some interesting observations about this passage, and I'd like to share those. It says the rich man at least was worried about his brothers. He may not have been all bad as we view badness. His sin was not that he'd broken any of the 10 Commandments. He wasn't sleeping around. He wasn't a thief. He hadn't killed anyone. And in all probability, he came by his money through hard work. He hadn't done anything bad by the understandings of badness in our culture. In fact, in today's culture, he would have probably fit right in. The sin the rich man has, but he enjoyed the good life while being unconcerned about those around him who desperately needed his help. This is a really important issue for God, because the Old Testament is filled with requirements for how Israel should protect the poor. The Bible says in Deuteronomy, if one of your brothers should become poor, you shall not harden your heart or shut your hand against your poor brother. And then Proverbs is full of promises when we help the poor. Blessed is he who is generous to the poor. Also in Proverbs, whoever gives to the poor will not want. And Proverbs also says, tells us a righteous woman opens her hand to the poor and reaches out to the needy. But there's also another proverb, and I think it was mentioned in our video. Whoever is generous to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will repay them for their deeds. Now, if I go to the bank and I want to borrow $100, once I borrow that money, what are they going to expect me to do? So if I borrowed $100 and kept it for a year and took them $100, is that going to work? They're going to want something else. What are they going to want?
Interest.
Interest.
$200.
They're going to want their money back plus interest. So here's God telling us that when we help the poor, we lend to Him. He's saying that when we do that, He expects to pay us back plus interest.
Amen.
Now, it may not be a financial return, but God plans on repaying us with interest. That excites me. I know I look around here and everybody's thinking, what? That excites me. Now back to Acts where Paul's talking to the Ephesian leadership about helping the poor. Paul quotes Jesus. He says it's more blessed to give than to receive. Is God expecting us to give to the poor? Of course He is. That's what this verse implies. But it's more than a command from God. It's a promise. If we give to the poor, we will be blessed.
Okay.
There was an article in Science magazine that told us research by Harvard Business School that says you can buy happiness. Did you know you can buy happiness? It's true. But your own money only buys happiness if you spend it on somebody else. They say our findings suggest that very minor alterations in spending, as little as $5 in our study, may be significant to produce non-trivial gains in happiness on any given day. Now, do you guys remember we've done that? People in the church remember? We gave everybody in the church $5. And told them to go spend that. Go give it to somebody. Go do a random act of kindness. Do you remember? Do you think back? Do you remember how blessed you felt? I remember you came in the next Sunday and everybody had a story to tell about how they spent their $5 and how blessed they felt because of that. Do you know why we felt that way? Because God designed us that way.
Yes.
God designed us to be giving people because we serve a giving God.
Yes.
When we give to the poor, we reflect the glory of our Father. That's why Jesus said, let your light shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father who is in heaven.
Yes.
When we give to the poor, when we help the needy, when we give to the widows, the orphans, when we do that stuff, we are glorifying God. Now, here's the problem. How do we know when we're helping someone whether they're taking advantage of us or not? It does happen. People will take advantage of us now and again. That's a cop-out. I'll get into that. I'll get down that rabbit hole. Usually that's a cop-out because you're not one to do anything. What happens when we feel like we've been taken advantage? We get cynical, don't we? We get cynical. Somebody's taking advantage of us and we get cynical, and now we turn our backs on everyone who looks like they might want to take advantage of us.
Yes, Lord.
And we become fruit inspectors. You know, we become so in tune that we can tell just by looking at somebody whether they're going to take advantage of us or not. And it's not a bad thing to be a little careful, because all the money I have in my wallet, all the money you have in your wallet belongs to God. And we do need to be good stewards of what He's given us. However, we carry that to extremes. Because think back about the story of rich man and Lazarus. We're not told why Lazarus was poor. We're not told. He might have drank too much. He might have been drunk. Or maybe he gambled away everything he had. Or maybe he made terrible business decisions. or maybe he hung out with that wrong crowd, and maybe he got what he deserved, or maybe that's what the rich man thought that Lazarus had done. We're told he was poor, we're told he was covered with sores, and all the dogs would lick his wounds, but we're not told how he got there. We're not told why he was poor, why he was miserable. All we're told is that he was hanging around the table for scraps. It doesn't sound like he's begging, he's just waiting for food to fall off the tables. And the story implies that no matter what the reason was, that the poor man was poor, that the rich man had something to give and didn't give. That's why Jesus told that story. He could have done something. Instead he done nothing. And he didn't try to do anything. And now, you know, we're down on the rich man, but we can understand that. We can understand that, can't we?
Yes.
It's natural. We don't like to be taken advantage of.
Yes.
We got to be awfully careful that we don't give way to cynicism. I was very cynical. I was very cynical. But this guy right here taught me a lesson years ago. Before I was a Christian, he taught me a lesson. And you guys have heard this story 100 times, so you're going to hear it 100 times. There was a street preacher that was walking around Rockport years ago. And he was carrying a cross. And he would come up by the garage where Big Mike and I worked every day. And he would lay that cross out front, and he would come in and he would be in there talking to Big Mike. Every day. And I would see him. And then one day I seen Bubba hand him a check. So I run over there so I could get real close so I could see how much it was for. And I'm looking over Bubba's shoulder and it's for $100. And I'm going to tell you, me and Bubba didn't make much money back then, so $100 was about half our paycheck. And that guy went out, and I couldn't wait to fly in there. And I flew off. I said, how stupid are you? I know you're from Kentucky, but this is ridiculous. I did. I unloaded on it. I said, how in the world can you give that guy $100? You don't know what he's going to do with that $100. How can you be so crazy? And Bubba's sitting there at his desk, and he looks up at me and he said, I don't care what he does with it. He said, in my heart, I gave it to him. What he does with it's now between him and God. But me giving it to him is between me and God. And I'm sitting there going, this guy's way up. He's so out there, I don't even understand what he's talking about. But today I understand exactly what he is. But we can't get cynical. We can't get cynical. We do, but we got to avoid that. And I'll tell you how we can avoid that. We need to know that we can't fix everything. Cynicism often comes about because we get discouraged because there's too many problems and too little resources. As a church, we run into this problem all the time because there's thousands and thousands of things that they want us to contribute to all the time. I get emails constantly. I'm forwarding to Teresa. We can't do it all. And we've got to realize that, and we've got to help the ones we can, help the ones we think we can, and just feel bad about the ones we can't, and pray for them. It reminds me of the story about and I've told this many times, about the little boy walking down the beach with all the starfish that have washed ashore. And and he's throwing them back, and there's millions of them for miles, and he's throwing one back, and an old man walks up to him and says, "Son, you know, how can you think you're making a difference?" And he throws one back, and he says, "I did for him." I did for him. Second thing we need to realize is we've all got resources we can share. Even the poorest of us can help others. In the book of Isaiah, this was kind of interesting. In Isaiah 1:10, it says, "Hear the word of the Lord, your rulers of Sodom, give ear to the teachings of our God, you people of Gomorrah." Now the people of Sodom and Gomorrah were gone a long time before this was written, but God's using them as an example of the people that had displeased Him. And a few verses later, God tells them, "Wash yourself, make yourself clean. Remove the evil of your deeds before my eyes. Cease to do evil. Learn to do good. Seek justice, correct oppression, bring justice to the fatherless, plead the widow's cause." Now the words remove, cease, learn, seek, correct, bring, and plead are active.
Yes.
They're not passive. They're active words. It's like God's telling us, be active. Don't wait for these people to come to you. Go out and find a way to help.
Yes.
Actively try to fix what's broken in their mind. Why? Because we're God's people, and God designed us to be giving people.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you, that kind of behavior always captures God's attention. One time Jesus sat down opposite the treasury in the temple and watched people putting money in the offering box. Many rich people went in and they put in large sums of money, and a poor widow came in and put in 2 small copper coins. And he called his disciples over to him and he said, "Truly I say to you, this poor widow has put in more than all those who contributed to the offering box, because they contributed out of their abundance. But she put all she had. She contributed out of her poverty. She put all she had to live on." See, Jesus was paying more attention to the widow's offering than he was to the wealthy. And I've read that this box was likely one of 4 that was placed around in special parts of the temple. And these boxes, because we've got to remember, these were the Pharisees in this temple. These boxes had long metal tubes that come up out of them. So, the more you put in, the more noise it made, the more people noticed, and the more praise you got for your contribution. But this poor widow puts in all she had. And this box was dedicated to the poor. She put all she had in to help the poor. And Jesus noticed that, and he was so impressed, he said, "Hey, you guys, come over here and look at this." A Sunday school teacher was teaching about this same scripture. And she decided to do an object lesson. Each kid in class was given several paper dollars, probably Monopoly money. The little Susie was only given 2 coins. And the teacher explained about how people gave money back to God, and the rich gave a portion of their wealth, but the widow gave everything she had. So she had little Susie come up and put her 2 coins in the box and explain that this was all the money she had. She had nothing left for food. She had nothing left for shelter. She had nothing left for clothing. And as the teacher was trying to explain this, there was a little boy in class named Billy who looked like he was about to cry, and he got up and he walked over to little Susie and he gave her his money. Sometimes the children understand the concept of giving more than we do.
Yes. Amen.
Sometimes we forget. And sometimes when we get to a place in our lives, we forget what it was like to be poor. And I've been poor. I'm going to tell you guys, I've been way up here. I made more money than I could ever spend at one time and was throwing it away. And I have been so poor that I pulled my meter out and took the little plastic things off the back and stuck it in. And the electric company come and caught me and they pulled my plug at the pole.
Serves you right.
I come home and I look and there's this big wire hanging down out there at the transformer and I'm thinking, gosh, they got me. And I've been there. But God keeps reminding me, Brett, you were there.
Yes.
You were there.
Yes, Lord.
How come I get so many people who are going, yeah, I've done that too. Yeah, I pulled that thing out of there.
Bless you, Lord.
And I tell you, I was sitting in my house going, I wonder who told them. Because, man, if it was night and somebody's coming down the road, I was shutting all the lights out. I didn't want people to know I still had electricity. But we've been there, guys.
Yes.
Never forget.
Right.
Never forget. So don't get cynical.
Yes.
You know, don't get cynical about helping people. Because we've been there, man.
Oh, thank you.
We've been there. Amen. If you would, just stand with me. I don't want anybody to ever leave here without the invitation to come.
Amen.